Hi everyone, this is Diane at the Picket Fence Greenhouse and Gardens. Today is February 7th, 2011, and it's a beautiful sunny day. A little cool today out here, but it's a nice day. I'm in my basement and I'm going to be continuing on planting some seeds. Now today we are going to be planting some lupines, the perennial lupine, some lemon basil, the black beauty dahlia, and some fern leaf bleeding heart. Okay, I don't know how the bleeding heart's going to do. These are some seeds I saved from last fall, and normally they'll just grow outside. They'll come up in the spring and seed. They reseed themselves, but I did save a few, and I want to see if I can get them to grow indoors, just for fun. So the black beauty dahlia, obviously the seeds have a low germination rate, but I am going to see how I do with them. They only say 70% germ rate on the packet, but let's just see how they do germinate. So let's get started. I'll bring you in, and we'll continue on sowing some seeds. And I hope I, inspired some of you to grow your own and to start some of your own seeds indoors. It's a lot of fun and very rewarding. So let's get going. As I said, we're going to get started, and first thing I'm going to do is lupines. This one I should have started in January, but it's going to be a little late. If they don't go this year, at least I'll have them for next year, as they are a perennial. But let's just see how they go. This is a mixed lupine packet, and the seeds, as you can see, the seeds, they're kind of a harder shelled seed, large seed, and it says 14 to 28 days for germination. So boy, I'm going to have to be patient on this one. I don't know, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, I made some rows, and I'm just placing this seed right down in the rows, and once I get that done, these are supposed to be 1/4 inch deep, and I'm going to wet them real good on these because this seed is a little harder. It didn't say to soak these overnight, but I wonder if it wouldn't have been a good idea. I didn't do it, but we'll see how it works this way. I'm going to wet them in good, and then we'll cover them. Okay. I'm going to have to be very patient with this seed, I'm afraid. And I have planted lupines before. I've planted some red ones. It's been a few years back. And they're just gorgeous flower. Very nice. They usually will self-seed themselves and come up each year. And that's why a lot of people love them so much. And they're just kind of a unique flower too. Alright, so the lupines are done. I'll wet that in good. This one I will cover. It'll be darkness for germ. Alright, the next thing is the bleeding heart the seeds that I collected last fall. Alright, this is a bleeding heart I adore because it blooms all summer, and it has little tiny pink hearts. I'll show you a picture of that right now. But what I love about it so much is as it blooms, it self-seeds. And I always have new babies coming up every year. Okay, with these, I just, they're very tiny black little seeds, and I'm just going to take and scatter them over the top. Very so lightly, and try to get it kind of even. These I had to give a cold treatment. I put them in the fridge for a couple weeks. Don't know if it's long enough, but time will tell if it is, and then we'll see. I'll know from next year what I need to be doing. Since these are kind of tiny, I am going to very so lightly cover them. And I'm going to try a couple different things. I haven't found a lot of info online about as far as what kind of lighting it likes for germ, so I'm going to put it under some lighting. I'm going to give it some light. I'm just going to cover it ever so lightly, and I am going to you know, see if it will germ with lighting. And I'm thinking it's going to be just fine. And I'm hoping, I know these take a little time to germ too, so. But that's the bleeding heart, the fern leaf bleeding heart. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I'm just going to do a couple little 6-packs of flowers. This don't take up near the room as the flats do. And I'm only going to do a few seeds of the lemon basil. Love the basil. I'm finding out that basil is one thing that I love a lot when I cook. It's very delicious on meats. You can just sprinkle it over the top of the meats when you're baking them. It's wonderful. But I'm only going to do a few today, very few. And I'm just going to sprinkle a couple in each insert cell. I will be planting more of these later on for the greenhouse. I kind of want to do a few now. These are going to be for personal use, and if I can get them a pretty nice size, I'll probably stick them in the greenhouse too. Okay. Tell you what, I did plant some of these lemon basil early on, and they kind of died on me. So not everything always makes it. What happens is they got too dry, and I had them in eggshell cartons, and they just got too dry on me. I didn't get down water them one evening, and that's one thing you have to watch on your seedlings once they come up. Make sure you're checking them in on a pretty good regular schedule. Otherwise, you could have problems with them drying out and dying. Seedlings, it will happen quite quickly. So there's a lemon basil. The next thing will be, and final thing, is going to be the Black Beauty Dahlia. And if anybody's seen this, it's a really dark dahlia that I'm pretty excited about growing this year. It is new, well, it's new to me. I think it's been out a few years, but I'm excited to grow it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to see this color. It's actually kind of a deep, deep mahogany red, but they call it a Black Beauty. Okay. These seeds are very, very easy to plant. That's why I love them so much. Very easy to put in a flat or in your pots or anything. And as I was saying earlier, they say the germ on these is a little tricky. It's 70% germ on the packet. But you know what? I'm hoping that they're wrong. But they do give you extra seeds because of it. And I have a whole big packet if some don't make it. But I'm going to put like 2 or 3 in each one of these little cells. And, you know, hopefully at least one comes up. Not sure why they have trouble, but, you know, some seeds just have a little more. Their germination rate just isn't as good. So that's nice that the company will give you a few extra to compensate for it. Okay. So we need some soil. I'm going to just cover them. Dahlias like darkness for germination. Just got a little more soil here. And these are going to be kind of a show. I like to do some plants a little earlier for show, for people to see what they're actually going to look like, because sometimes they're not always blooming. So I'll mark this here, and that's about it. Okay. So I hope you enjoyed this video today on continuing on my seed starting. Any questions, comments, put it below this video. I'd be happy to help you as much as, you know, if I can. You know, there's still a lot of things I'm still learning as I go, and some of these seed varieties I'm still learning. So, you know, get it growing, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye.